Yo, Grand Rising YouTube. As I'm recording this video, we on our way to 700 subscribers. I can't believe it. The community is coming together more and more. We growing together. I thank you all who've been here from the beginning. I thank you all who've been rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to give a good vibe, not do too much as we do it. But anyway, today we'll be looking at high vibrational TikToks that will give you a little nudge. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we need that little nudge.
But look, there's a war coming.
Yo, look, in the first clip, I don't know what that was. I put it up there because I would like to figure it out. It's skinwalker shape-shifting into what? I don't know. It looked like that's ostriches with something attached to it. I don't know what that was. Somebody help me understand. And then people fleeing in Israel leads up to this.
Yeah. There's a war coming. And in this war, it's going to be the righteous versus the evil. And as fucked up as we don't want to accept it, it's going to be a lot of us versus us. Now, in something like that, I'm cool with that. Because this is for the future survival of my children, of my community, of my people. You either got to get with that shit or get gone. So we can't act like the inevitable is not going to happen. You know, the more and more consciousness is rising. You know, brothers and sisters are speaking out. This is becoming a new rap shit. This conscious shit is becoming a new wave. Herbalists is popping up everywhere. Thought leaders, critical thinkers is popping up everywhere. You see little bitty Malcolm X's and Louis Farrakhan's running around this motherfucker rapping. So the more and more we raise this high energetic frequency, the more and more the low energetic thought forms is going to be thinking of ways to come back. This is spiritual warfare. So civil war is coming between the so-called black righteousness people and the so-called black evil people. It's coming. So for the ones that got their mind made up and can't get right, I'm just here to say this message. I have over 100,000 vegans that don't eat meat, that don't drink, that don't smoke, that read every day, that work out, that actually practice combat training, that know how to use a gun, that know how to use their mind. They dick is not their God, they belly is not their God. You don't want to fucking go to war. And look.
Yo, hold on, listen. He said he pretty much got an army of real healthy people, pretty much. That's pretty much what he just explained. Like, and let me know in the comments, like, because we spoke about spiritual warfare just a little bit on this channel, and I'm gonna keep it real. What side you on? Because I ain't fucking around with it. I know what side I chose. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to talk about it. It's pretty obvious. Like, what vibration you on? Because it's really on what frequency you vibrating at. If you vibrating too low, this side gonna get chosen for you. That's all I'm gonna say.
This Jesus man you're talking.
My bad. I had to throw that clip in there. Like, the audio got corrupted. My luck. But anyhow, if you ask me, if you could go back, he said you seem peaceful at the moment. So it's like, at the moment. So what's your end game? Because at the moment's not enough. Like he said, I seem peaceful at the moment, or whatever the fuck he said. Whatever. We gotta go back, but I'm not going back.
About how old is he? When was he born? Etymologically, 2,000 years ago. Do we have a name? and a person by the name Jesus, when actually the letter J only appeared 500 years ago, if not 800 years ago.
Wow.
Then you begin to look at this and say, give him his rightful name. I mean, how do you translate names? In theology, translation of names is illegal. Jerusalem remains Jerusalem. David remains David. So why does Yeshua or Yahshua or Yeshua, it gets translated in Rome to become Jesus, and then is painted to become a Caucasian boy with blue eyes and etc. So how does a black man go to Europe and come back in a Bible looking like white? And Africans don't want to question that, because apparently you're tampering with divinity. You have become satanic. You have become evil. But in history and education and proper learning has no emotions.
The reason why.
What I'm gonna say about that is, at some point in time, when are we gonna admit the truth to the public, to the masses? You know, even Putin had the artifacts and showed what Jesus looks like, or whatever his proper name is. As he said, there was no J in the alphabet at that time. So what's the real name? What's the real name? Let us know in the comments.
Leaders don't want to tell you who the real Israelites are is because then you would repent and receive the blessings of Deuteronomy 28. See, Deuteronomy 28 talks about the blessings and the curses of the Israelites, a covenant that Yahuwah made with his people. If the Israelites obeyed Yah and his commandments, they would be prosperous and receive the blessings. If they disobeyed Yah and his commandments, they would be downtrodden and receive the curses. Now, we all know the Israelites disobeyed Yah and his commandments, so they received the curses. But quick question. If the Israelites chose to disobey the commandments and receive the curses, couldn't they choose to obey the commandments and receive the blessings? I mean, it is a covenant. It's not like it expires. So hold on, let me get this straight. If this covenant is still in place today, why do our leaders encourage us to continue disobeying the commandments? You know, celebrating these pagan holidays, not honoring the Sabbath, promoting ratchetness, and aligning us with political ideals that completely go against what Yah said in his word. It's like they want us to stay cursed.
Listen, man. I don't want to be controversial. Okay? So let me get to the point when I say that. If we are non-ether beings, if we are triple darkness, triple blackness, and we come from the cosmos, pardon me, if we come from the cosmos, can we explain, are we really the real Israelites? You know what I'm saying? We just try and get down to the truth. This is what this community is about. You feel me? We discuss and dissect. We want to know the truth. That's we teaching each other. We gonna learn together. Anyway, let's get back into it.
Black men are some of the most undervalued, disrespected men of our time. Not only do they have to deal with racial profiling, they have to live and work in a system that was created for them to fail. They're constantly being demasculated by their size or how much money they make. And it's done to them by the women of their own culture. We're the only women that will publicly humiliate a man based on the size of his anatomy and his finances. Only 15% of Americans are making over $100,000 a year. If you meet a man that's not physically or mentally abusive and has beat the system, he's already successful. If you feel like that you're lowering your standards based on how much a man makes, then you just don't need a man.
They're raised.
I want to say something before we get back into it, because this leads in, like, this is like a continuation of the video, but pretty much look how our women act, and besides how they act, look how they treat men and speak about men. You know, we're not going to attack anyone. We're not sexist at all, but we're talking about the propaganda, the agenda, all of it. You know, the whole entire like called lockdown. Look how women act and treat men and speak about men. It's not, it ain't right. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't right. That's all I got to say. It ain't right. Like, I don't want to say
to be
so
a
much,
wife.
but I'm
But
not.
why isn't a black woman raised that way?
Most black women are raised to be independent. Remember, let's be real.
Say that again?
Most black women are raised to be strong, tough, independent, and don't take no shit. Because the daddy wasn't shit. I raised you alone by myself. Be a strong black woman. So they come into the game with their guard up ready. Spanish girl is raised to serve.
Yeah.
They be cooking for their father at a young age, washing the dishes, washing the table, mopping all Saturday morning. Let's face it, they're raised to serve. If one time I swear to God, I'm at a girl's house having dinner. I got up with my own plate, put it in the garbage, put it in the sink. Her mom spazzed on her in Spanish about da 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 da. Now, in the black woman's house, if I get up with my own plate, she gonna say, that's a damn good nigga. He got his own shit. I like him, Shirley.
I want to be.
Yo, listen, man. Dude, he bust that down real good. But like, what I got to say about that is like, I don't have any issues with black women, but at the same time, we gotta ask ourselves, why do black men love Spanish women? Let's not lie, fellas. We love us some Spanish women. So why is that? And that's, I think, something black women should take into consideration. Like, you know, it's a lot I want to say, but apparently I talk too much, guys. No, so, yeah.
I want marriage. You know, a lot of us get on here, we act tough, and we be like, I don't want a man, I don't need a man, but I want him. I want to be loved. I want somebody to love me. I want somebody I can be vulnerable with. The problem is, and I'm not crying y'all because I'm sad, I'm crying y'all because it's like a release right now. But the problem for me, y'all, is that all the relationships that I had with men were not about love. It was about survival for me. I know how to fuck. I know how to cook. I know how to clean. I know how to seduce a man. I do not know how to love a man. And then to have a son, because of those choices that I was making, y'all, and I got pregnant really, really fast. I got pregnant within 90 days of knowing my baby daddy. And we don't talk about this shit because it's embarrassing and it hurts. It fucking hurts. And I'm mad with me. I'm not mad at men. I'm not mad at my life. I'm mad at me because I don't know how to fix me. I don't know how to fix it. That's accountability. That's the shit that hurts. It's realizing that, hey, I got some shit with me that I don't know how to fucking fix. And in turn, because I don't know how to fix that shit, I'm fucking up other people around me.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, like I feel her words like on a deep level, and it's like at least she's taking accountability. A lot of women can't do that. I'm gonna be honest. Like with my experience in my lifetime, this life cycle, a lot of women don't take accountability for nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy what we all go through, and I hope she gets through her mental battle. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something serious. Like I felt her words. I don't know if y'all did, but me, I felt her words. Like I felt her words.
BlackRock, State Street, and Vanguard, which collectively, they own each other, so it's really one giant corporation. But they also own 89% of the S&P 500. They own everything. They've now decided to buy every single family home in America. So if they stay on the current trajectory, they will own 60% of the homes in this country, single family homes by 2030. They literally are trying to buy everything. The head of it, Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, is on the board of that World Economic Forum, and what they've said, we want this great reset, which is you will own nothing and you will be happy. Well, they're on their way to making sure that we don't own anything. You all probably have heard of people who are about to buy a home, and somebody comes in with a last minute cash offer and snatches them out of the market, and it's
want anybody.
Listen, we talked about these companies, these people who own everything and run everything on this channel before, and I ain't gonna lie, it's cold. Listen, we talked about them, and it's crazy. Like they want to buy up all the land, they want to buy the farm, they want to own homes, and in my neighborhood right now, they building so many new buildings, like so many new buildings. So it's like he ain't lying. I feel like, cause it's like we see it with our own eyes, and a lot of people deny it, but it's right in front of us.
Living out in the boonies. Anybody that's got a couple of acres of land and his own water supply and can grow his own food and that kind of thing, or have some sheep or some chickens, these people are a threat to the collectivist society, because they aren't going to go to the politicians and say, please feed me, please clothe me, please give me shelter. They tend to be independent.
Listen,
Look, in my house, I be trying to show my family little things and stuff like that, and they be looking at me like, man, I ain't trying that, I ain't doing that, and I be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, so with that being said, like, let me know down in the comments, like, who would like to live off the grid? Me personally, I would love to. I'm being honest, I would love to. Man, let's get out of here and be off the grid, you know. Sometimes, once in a while, come see your family, but we out of here.
over here in Africa eating like crazy, okay? I mean, rice. Most of the dishes over here is full of rice.
And bread and pasta.
Okay, bread, pasta, everything, man. But here's the thing.
Over a month.
And I've been losing weight. She's been losing weight. So I just want to say something ain't right, okay?
Definitely.
In Africa.
Something right in Africa.
Well, something right in Africa, but I mean over on the other side.
Hey, yo, why you think these other countries are banning so many foods that they sell out here? You know, like I said, who would like to live off the grid? Because I think personally it's time to get the fuck out of here. It's time for us to get the fuck out of here, man. Pardon me. What are we doing? What, we still consuming these foods still? And we know they telling us and we see it and we still, oh yeah, let's go. Open them eyes, man. Open your eyes. Open your eyes.
Still eating fast food? You said yes? Oh, well, you might want to watch this. Just pay attention to this motherfucking flammable burger.
Yo.
Yup. He finna put this under a laser beam. And let's see what the burger meat do.
What? Nah.
Why? Why is this burger flammable? What kind of chemicals that's on this burger that makes this burger flammable?
Yo, bro.
I've never seen a burger that's flammable like this, that just catches fire. So niggas out here eating propane burgers.
Pretty much.
This is kind of
and he knocked it off.
Crazy, you ask me. What is that doing in your digestive system?
Ooh,
when you eat this burger?
Hurt watching that.
So y'all not getting it? Y'all still eating this fast food after we done dropped facts after facts after facts. I'm just wondering though, what does that do when it goes inside of your body? That flammable ass burger. Let me know what y'all think about this flame burger in the comments.
Yo, shout out to Wisdom Blast. I like how he be dropping knowledge and dissecting everything. I like him, man. Go check him out if you ain't never seen his content. You probably have, but go check him out. Show him some love. Like I rock with him. I'm not gonna lie.
Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. And by the way, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Only entertainment. TikTok, only entertainment. Did y'all hear that? Y'all catch it? Only entertainment? Yeah, because it's only entertainment.
That shit got hands, bro.
My problem.
Yo. Ooh, that shit had hair. Ooh, that shit was pumping burgers. Them shits had a heartbeat, huh?
Is not even in the word nigger. My problem is what dirty-minded, dirty people did with a beautiful word that comes up out of the expression of beauty in African people. I am simply attempting to get us to understand the origin of the word. If we use it enough, maybe it won't bother us anymore. Because when I hear the word, it doesn't bother me. Because I know its origin. Negus, Negusti, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, the highest of high, Inter, spiritual, the highest form of the spirit. And it is when I speak to elders to help them understand that when those young brothers and sisters, but young brothers in particular, say, yo, that's my nigga, a person of glory, a person of greatness, a spiritual entity that I love, that's my nigga.
How can I?
Yo, man, I felt that on the deep spiritual level. Yo, listen, man. Yo, let me know if you felt that on a spiritual level, man. My brothers out there, listen. I'm trying to keep it a little professional to show the people, the critics out there that I don't gotta, you know, I could be professional. Fuck that up real quick. But anyway, I could be professional, but I prefer to be myself. You know what I'm saying? I ain't nothing wrong with being yourself. You know what I'm saying?
I follow you if you got nothing to give me. You broke. You don't got no money. And I'm talking about the older brothers out there that want these younger brothers to listen to them. You don't got no resources. You don't got no money. You don't got no power. Right? So now, with me looking at that, I don't want to be the next older brother that don't got no power talking to my younger brothers talking about do this, do that. No, I got to empower myself. I got to stop asking and I got to start taking. We've been asking for 400 fucking years, B.
In my opinion, the only thing keeping
Hey, man. You know what they say when your ears ringing? My ears start ringing low key, man. I don't know what that mean, man. I don't know what that mean. Let me know what that mean. My ears are just casually ringing like a little tone. But right where he said that 400 years is up, though. That's why you see more and more people talking, more and more people starting to rise. You know what I'm saying? You starting to rise. Like when I was coming up, we ain't have no role models. They would, like the older cats, they would tell us, they would more so influence us and condone the negative things versus the positive things. You would probably have that one in the bunch that, yo, man, but you know, when you vibrating low, you don't want to hear none of that. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate. It don't matter what you are, what color you are, blue, red, black, white, whatever. It don't matter what you are. We all can relate in so many ways, man. We got to do our history and know, man. The propaganda, the agenda is for us to be against each other when we're not supposed to be. No one here in this community in the Haven, we're not against each other at all. We're not against each other. So it's okay. Like we could, like I said, discuss and dissect.
America running right now is the Iron Fist, the military power. If you look at the Roman Empire, before they collapsed, they went on a war spree. They went on a war spree to save their empire. So once your civilization is stupid, which is, look at America, bro, fucking dumb fucks everywhere. Now, the only way to sustain your society is through brute force.
Emailing me about some student.
I think he's right. Why you think, like, look, every time it's something going down, wasn't the US dollar supposed to crash already and they extended it or some shit like that? So I'm saying they always trying to pull some rabbit out the hat. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got to start looking at these things and paying attention to what's really in front of us. Because we can't do it alone. We can't do it separated. Doesn't matter. It could be a small group here and another one there. If we're not on the same page and we're not together, it's not going to work. We have to all work together. That's why we put these videos together. You know what I'm saying? So let's come together, man. Let's all come together, Haven. That's all I'm saying. Let's all come together. Peace. Positive energy always creates elevation.
loans, but you funding a war is insane to me. Then when I found out that the people that you funding the war for is able to get a civilians free health care, but you act like you ain't got no dime to rub together when we talk about ours, tell me this picture ain't real. Tell me this illustration does not depict the exact reality that us Americans is going through. Could be looking like, wait, what's going on now? U.S. government is more interested in funding genocide than giving its own Americans, something about medical debt. How about something about student loans? How about something about being able to raise the minimum wage? No, inflation. But you don't feel that way when you're sending 3.8 billion or 100 billion or 20. You don't feel it. The memes education, you know what I'm saying? Usually memes come with misinformation, but I give you a little education, education is elevation. The U.S., when their citizens need health care, too weak, oh my God. The U.S. government, when they have an opportunity to fund war and genocide, unlimited power, and you get a check, and you get a check, and you get a check. American people, you don't get nothing. Shut up and be grateful. Stop eating avocado toast. Stop going to Starbucks. Also, we ain't fucking with Starbucks no more right now. But get the point. We got money for war, but can't feed the poor. Listen, Tupac was before his time. You know what I'm saying? May he rest in peace and shout out to Jada.
I'm just saying, sometimes you get a knock on the head, you get
Right.
special
He ran
powers. It
game
happens
right
all the
there.
time. Read a comic book, okay?
Above electricity and magnetism is what is called orgone energy. Now, those are bad words. You don't want to say orgone out here to this government and research scientists, because orgone means original. It's organic. It's orgasm. It's organic. It's organic people. And of course, they refer to those kind of people as original people. And what the last thing they want you to understand is who the original people are, and why the original people are, and where the original people are, and when the original people came. None of that will they teach you. But you do hear a word that's used a lot. It's called aboriginal. Never use that word aboriginal if you are indigenous to the planet. Why? Because it means to abhor the original person. Aboriginal means to abhor the original. To abhor means to hate, to envy, to covet, to dislike. Consequently, the word aboriginal means that you have a dislike for the original person. And the original person, of course, is a person with melanin. That's been proven so many times now that if necessary, I won't spend the time with an audience like you to go into that, but nevertheless.
Finding the
Man, listen. I don't even want to.
demons. The demons is the latent, potent forces of melanin that is inside of you. Demon comes from the word Damien. The word Damien comes from the word Amian, and the word Amian comes from the word Amen, which means hidden substance or hidden force. So those demons are that, or those Damians, or those Damianic realms called Melusines, mermaids. These they was later on turned into fairy tales. Water nymphs, fairies, leprechauns, Melusines, which is a water nymphs. All of those things, mermaids, Mercury, mermaids, Mercury. The maids of Mercury are Mercurus. Mercurus is another name for ancient name for melanin, or Tahuti.
Okay.
Mermaids, all of these are nothing but the components inside of the melanin, later on called extraterrestrials.
I'm not married to.
Let me ask you people something. To my indigenous ones, you know what I'm saying? My brothers out there, let me ask you something. If you became an ascended master overnight, and you had, let's say, abilities to do, let's say, things you might have seen on TV, what would you do with these abilities? For the greater good or for your benefit? Good or evil? Let me know in the comments. I really want to know. Like I said, my spiritual growth is my top priority. So I would like to know what other brothers in the community are thinking. Are we like-minded? Are we thinking the same way? You know what I'm saying? Can we relate? Things like that. Let's get back into it.
Anything terrestrial. I'm not from here. And
Where you from?
I'm from the cosmos, just like you. You know what I'm saying?
But
I'm eternal spirit. I'm everywhere at all times. You feel me? And I don't have no
birth record. I was never alive to die.
This is interesting. So what part of everywhere did you specifically come from?
Everywhere, all at once. They're all part, like I said, of a eternal static existence that represents knowing, right? That eternal light. You feel me? That has no known birth record. And it's, you know, they've simplified it, they call it spirit. You know what I'm saying? Life and death are intertwined. Death is always moving towards life and vice versa. So we'll never die because we was never alive to begin with. At least the body ain't. This is only animated by spirit. I'm only able to do all of this fly stuff because I got a light inside of me that's animating this vessel.
The true goal.
Let me ask y'all something again. That light inside of us that's animating this vessel, are you content with it? Do you need it to shine brighter? Do you have your light on at all? Come on, man. We got to raise our vibrations, man. We got to raise our vibrations. We have to. This is a must. This is critical in this time period. We understand time is not real, but in this realm, it does exist on the 3D physical. So this time is critical, man. What a time to be alive, man. You don't understand. Like, what a time to be alive.
And spirituality is to elevate your consciousness and accumulate enough energy to transcend the cycles of reincarnation. See, what happens is when most people die, their consciousness is still resonating on a 3D level. So when they transition from their physical body to their light body, they don't know how to navigate through the astral realms. So they naturally seek out the material realm again out of familiarity. When you separate from your physical body, you still have a consciousness. So the inner part of you that's aware will still exist after you leave the body. When you leave the body, you first exist in a lower astral realm that looks just like this world, just less colorful. Most people don't actually know that they died.
Our 7 days of the week.
Let me ask you something. If you, let's not say transcend, I don't want to just wish that on anyone's vessel because we have to go through our experiences before we transcend. So let's just say if you astral projected or you started to lucid dream, what would you do with that moment? You know what I'm saying? Forget time. What would you do in that moment when you realize that, oh shit, I'm astral projecting or lucid dreaming? What would you do with that? Like, you know what I'm saying? I've been trying to practice this for so long and it's not easy. I'm probably trying too hard. I probably should just let it come to me, but I've been trying so hard and it ain't easy. It's not an easy task. It's really not, for me at least. But, you know, practice makes perfect. So you got to just keep trying. Perseverance. That's all I'm saying. Perseverance will get us there.
Week owe their names to 7 planets: Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, the Sun, and the Moon.
Wow.
Guess what Sunday is named after?
Wow.
Pluto. No.
Guess what Saturday is named after?
Oh, okay.
Saturn. Okay, now these
so
are.
what's Tuesday?
Do you know what it is in Spanish?
Martes.
Martes.
Yeah.
It's named after Mars. Thursday is Thor's day, and he wields the lightning bolt. Well, who wields the lightning bolt in Roman legends?
Jupiter.
Jupiter. And what is Thursday in Romance languages?
Jueves.
That's Jupiter.
Wow.
So interesting.
Man, shout out Bobby Hemmett, man. He was running game. Like, I ain't even know all of that. I just learned something, so I'm happy. Pardon me, excuse me. I just learned something, so.
That in Greek mythology, they said that Mother Gaia had 2 children. Okay? This is Mother Gaia, the whole thing. Had 2 children. Who are the 2 children? The 2 children are the top part and the bottom part. Prometheus and Epimetheus. These are the 2 held below us. Okay? Right? I hope that makes sense. So I'll move on to the next slide.
Yeah, let's see it.
That this is what the whole Earth looks like.
Yo, that's what Atlantis looked like. So can it be we're still on Atlantis? That's where my mind is at right now. While I'm watching this and they saying all of this, I'm looking at that map like anytime you look at a map, it's like that of Atlantis. So could it be we're on Atlantis and beyond the ice walls? You know, some people say there's nothing there. Okay, granted, I hear it. I understand that. Also, though, hypothetically speaking, can the outer realms like that, the outer space, could it be like that? And we're still on Atlantis and never sank, but we just been held in captivity in the middle, right there.
Entire Earth is a pyramid mandala with 4 concentric rings. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Everything's in. At the center, we've got what we now know as the Garden of Eden. So anyone who's been following our videos will know about this. The Garden of Eden's at the center. This is where we are. Here, the second ring. There's an outer ring and an outer ring outside that, all separated by these mountains, what we call the Antarctica ice wall. Okay, this is our South Pole, the Antarctica. And the North Pole, there is a mountain range separating us from the worlds at the center, from Eden, from Shambhala, Hyperborea.
Michael Jackson's.
Or can that be, correct me if I'm wrong, if you know what I'm about to say, but it's supposed to be like a black mountain, some type of mountain that's like something like what he was saying. It's called like Rupes Nigra or something there. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but something like that. Let's get back into it.
Maid says she was paid $20,000 to lie about seeing him showering with a kid in Neverland. Later, she admitted in court that this never even happened. The Chandler family was awarded $22 million in a settlement, but Jordan Chandler came out and said his father pressured him into making false allegations against Jackson. He said, quote, "I never meant to lie and destroy Michael Jackson, but my father made me tell lies." The FBI has a 600-page report on Jackson from as early as 1992, where they secretly had him under surveillance. They raided his properties multiple times, including forensic analysis of his computer and hard drives. He was under surveillance for over 13 years, and they still found nothing. But who was accused 1 month after Jackson's trial started, while the whole world was paying attention to Michael Jackson?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Look who it is. J.E., but then Mike Jack was getting, so they was trying to put that on him. Like, that's, look what they do to us. And it was a brother of color. Why we the target? Why y'all want to keep us down so bad? But we understand is the non-ether beings, the energy is rising, so you can't stop the inevitable. They blocking out the sun, they doing this, they doing that, they playing with the weather. Even in New York, we supposed to be expecting some type of shit here. I don't even be watching and looking at the weather no more. But whatever.
I know most of you are probably aware that Balenciaga was sexually exploiting children in their ads. Some of the top people working at Balenciaga were also openly promoting cannibalism, satanic ritualistic abuse, blood rituals, child abuse, some of the worst stuff you've ever seen. When Pizzagate came out in 2016...
So they were always trying to call for pizzas? You can't order a pizza to the White House.
That's the thing about the ice cream. He loves ice cream. Tell me about that.
Ice cream is big. Pasta with red sauce, he can go deep.
A lot of associates of the Clintons shared very similar content on their social media pages. Look into John and to Tony Podesta's art. Tony Podesta had art all over his home promoting pedophilia. John Podesta had a painting in his campaign office as he was working for Hillary Clinton's campaign depicting cannibalism. Research Rachel Chandler.
The law enforcement, FBI, the Department of Justice, that they look into Hillary Clinton and crimes against children. I encourage you all to get involved, speak up, expose this stuff, talk about Anthony Weiner's laptop. Don't stop fighting until that woman and all of her associates get the justice that they deserve. That's right. Lock her up.
My grandmother
You heard what Barack said, right? See, I like to pay attention when I'm watching something. He said he can go deep. He's talking about ice cream and then pasta with red sauce. He could go deep. What you think he talking about?
I don't like when people come my yard. Did you know that people out there that is very cruel? And they determine with their cruelty that they will sacrifice themselves just to destroy you. My friend, no, we are invite when I invite anybody at your home. And everybody of invite at your home. So for true.
That's a fact. When this blood is vexed, look at what's going on. Look around the world. Look what's happening. All these catastrophes, all this. Yeah, they playing with the weather, but the nature's pissed off. Why you think all the sea life is running and what they doing? Damn, what you call that self? What you call that self? I'm so sorry. Listen, what? Oh, when the fucking whale beaches itself, like the sea life been headed towards shore like crazy lately. It's a whole bunch of things going on. So like, yeah, and this is years ago. Bob Marley, Happy Transcendence. We understand there's no death. So Happy Transcendence to Bob Marley, but this is years ago. Earth been vexed. Earthquakes. Even he knew that years ago. Come on, man. It's obvious. When are we gonna realize we being lied to? We being played with. We being manipulated. We're being deceived. When are we gonna realize this? Not everybody. Even, okay, let's say the community we have here. We're not deceived or none of that crap. But there's so many other people that are, bro. And when you talk to them about these things, they don't want to hear it. They do not want to hear that shit. They don't. So what do? I feel like we just keep pushing, keep drilling that, keep pushing that message. That's how I feel.
Yes, sir. We are live walking through the Matrix. This is all a simulation. This is a reminder that you're in a video game that's in first player mode.
Yo, I gotta stop it. You said this is a reminder that you're in a video game. For my people that still play the video game out there, don't this look like something from 5M? When you fly into a city, you always end up at the airport first. You start at the airport. That's where my mind is at right now.
You're only aware of this conscience, but there are multiple versions of you in different dimensions, in different places on planet Earth. So keep your thoughts positive. Everything is designed to drag your energy down, and this is the biggest test so far in the awakening right now at this time period. It is level up season if you know exactly what's happening and who and what is being exposed.
I gotta pause it. Listen, why they not shooting at them? You know, any other time they trying to use brute force and do this and do that, and why y'all not shooting at them now? Can they be? Those are your craft. This is your craft. They're on your team. Maybe y'all together. Maybe y'all practicing the flight. Maybe y'all just built that. Who knows? We don't know. The military hides everything from us, right? We don't know. The public don't know shit. We got to critical think and come together like we are right now. But, man, that was just funny to me, man. Why you not shooting at it?
Bro, what the fuck? Oh, my mom, what the fuck going through the air? What the fuck? Yo.
Different clip. I see him. That's the end of the video, man. I ain't gonna lie. Let me ask y'all something. If you saw that outside, how would you react? What would you do? Me personally, I would feel like I'll be astonished, like, yo, look. But at the same time, I'll think, like, what's really going on? Is that good or is that evil? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I chose my side. Also, this is supposed to be, you know, this was a high vibrational video, so I ain't want to do too much. And hopefully you guys liked the video. You know, if you did, hit the comments, hit the sub button so you can catch the next video. And man, we just growing and growing. I can't believe it. I'm very grateful. I thank you all. I love you all. We on our way to 700 subs, man. Like, I can't believe it. Like, honestly, that's my genuine reaction. Like, I'm just trying to be as humble as I could be and graceful. And we're going to keep dropping these videos, keep pushing, man. So if you're new to the community and if you've been here from the beginning, we all together. We don't attack each other. We come together, discuss and dissect, man. Haven, I love y'all. We out of here.
Come and join your man. I'm on my way to Mars. Feel like an astronaut. I feel just like an